Hi guys, so in this video we will be discussing the inheritance variation concept with respect to constructor and overriding, okay, method overriding. So first come with inheritance with respect to constructor. So what happens with respect to constructor? The basic constructor, if I see like if A is a superclass, B extends A and C extends B, and if I'm creating the object of C class, then what it usually happens, it comes from top down approach, right? First A class constructor will be printed, then B class constructor will be printed, then C class constructor will be printed. But what if the constructor of superclass, let's suppose A is the superclass and A class constructor is throwing certain exception or no exception, then how the child class B will behave? Okay, so class A is superclass, class B is a child class which extends superclass A, and A class constructor, let's suppose it's not throwing any exception, then what is the allowed visibility for class B which exception can throw? Okay, so class B constructor can throw any exception or no exception if the superclass A is not throwing any exception. Okay, class B can throw any exception or no exception. Okay, but if class A is throwing any checked exception, okay, superclass A is throwing any checked exception, and then in that scenario class B can throw any checked exception which is higher in hierarchy or same order as compared to the superclass constructor exception. This is very important concept. It should not go below in hierarchy. Okay, this was with respect to constructor. But now if I have to explain exception with respect to overriding, then how will it work? So with respect to overriding, if the superclass method, okay, if superclass method is throwing certain exception, let's suppose superclass method is not throwing any exception, then child class overridden method can throw any runtime exception or no exception. Okay, so that is one scenario. But if superclass method is throwing certain checked exception, then what will happen in that scenario? Then in that scenario it will behave reversely as compared to constructor. So in constructor, what was happening, if superclass was throwing any checked exception, then subclass has to throw any exception which is in same order or in a higher hierarchy of exception. Okay, but in case of overriding, what will happen, it will do reverse. So if superclass method is throwing any exception, any checked exception, then in that scenario child class overridden method has to throw exception which can be same of the superclass method, or it may throw exception which is lower in hierarchy as compared to that method which is present in the superclass. Okay, so that is the scenario which has to be very much clear in our mind. Okay, so for understanding, we will go through the code and we will tell you like how it will work. Okay, so I will attach the code in the description box below. You can go and check it out so that you can have a better clarity like how it works. Okay, so I will send you the code as well, so do check it out and just follow me. Please like and subscribe my channel if you just like my content. So we'll see you in the next lecture with the next set of topic and content. So we'll see you. Bye bye.